When I was a kid, I spent a decent amount of time playing Lego. Enjoyed doing my own creations, sometimes playing with my friends as well. Well, with the time when I grew up, of course, I didn't keep playing Lego, but reached a point when I was in the university and some game was released and it was called Minecraft. Since I was studying computer science, I was very much exposed to all the kind of nerdy trends. And at first I didn't understand. I saw these people playing during the lectures, playing this game, which actually doesn't really look really good. But then 2 days later, I tried it already, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So it's basically the same kind of experience. It's a Lego, but at a much bigger scale. Basically, in terms of the world that you can create, it's much bigger, and the social experience as well, because you can play with a lot of friends in a world that you create all together. So I'm very happy to present you today our project, the Sandbox, which is kind of the next generation and of this type of world creation experience. So basically, the idea is to be able to create a world as well as create assets that you can put all together and play with your friends, but that's not just that. We also take advantage of the decentralized economy to kind of power the fact that the artists can create their own assets, their own avatars, their own words, and get incentivized in the process. So for the sandbox, we have three main components that we are building. We have the voxel editor, which is a tool that allows you to create your own 3D models that you can then put in your world. Then we have the marketplace, where when you are a content creator, you can sell your creation and get money out of it. And then the game maker, for which you can basically create your world. So about the user-generated content. A small back talking about Minecraft. So when it was released in 2011, one thing interesting to mention is that the game was single-handedly programmed, and at the moment it was still a beta version. It was already generating millions of revenues in sales, and that was kind of surprising for a game this scale, but I think it was showing the power of the concept, that when you give the power to people to actually interact in a world where they can, the world that they can shape, is really a type of experience which can become exciting. It's a new type of game where there are basically no rules, no scores, but you can just enjoy the fact, enjoying your own creation and the fact that you shape the things around you. Of course, it's famous that Minecraft was sold to Microsoft for a huge payout. Another example, Roblox, which is also same type of concept, which was very successful. Now the approach we are taking for the sandbox is the voxel, or volume pixel. So in the world of three-dimension graphics, it's either polygons or either voxels. What we like with voxels are a few things. One, the granularity can go from very simple to very complex, as we can see here. And basically anyone can do it. It's just about playing Lego. You just assemble blocks together and you can make something which looks exactly the way you want to. So through the voxel editor, we encourage artists to come, download our vox edits, create some models, and get incentivized from it. The models that are created are NFTs, non-fungible tokens, on the blockchain. So that is not only for using it in a specific sandbox game, but it can access to a much wider economy overall, since the fact that it's standard and decentralized. So yeah, small example of how the voxel editor works. As you can see, it's very simple. Anyone can do it. Kids can do it. My grandma can do it. Maybe. Yeah, that's how it works. So already we have a community of artists which gave us great feedback. They really like it. So far we have around 100 to 200 artists. The number of assets created, 1,500 around it. Our target is to have basically thousands of artists and tens of thousands of different models in the economy. So as you can see, like it can go from various different types of things, and that's what is really interesting when you're working with communities of creators as compared with internal teams who are building things. Is you will really get surprised like how diverse and how much quality can be for this type of creations. We also created a fund for artists, for creators, to incentivize them to onboard the platform, start creating content, and basically bootstrap the game, bootstrap the economy. So we have the focus really on the artists because that's where it comes. Like having a lot of content so you can create nice words, nice experiences overall. Talking about the marketplace, so it's going to be totally web-based, totally decentralized, direct access to the blockchain. People who created, artists who created content can go there and basically sell their creation. What is interesting here is that people can get money, of course, but also they keep 100% of their copyright on their creation. Now talking about the decentralization aspect and the NFTs. So all the things that I was mentioning was the creation of assets, but this is not the only digital assets that will be used on the platform. So there will be the land as well and the avatars. For the tokens themselves, talking about the standards that we use ERC 721 as well as ERC 1155. All the content, all the assets which are artists generated creations are based on ERC 1155, which is a better standard in terms of gas usage. It allows us to basically optimize the gas costs. In terms of specific blockchain features which are notable and that we have in place in the system, we are using upgradable ERC20 for our Sun token which is powering the whole economy. We're using EIP 712 for the providing to the users explicit and trusted messages when they sign transactions. One other thing which is really cool are the meta transactions. Basically, even though you have your assets in your wallet, you don't need to pay gas per se. You can basically use the Sun token to pay for your gas instead of needing to have the base token of the blockchain. For the marketplace, we are using an escrowless auction system. So, also the other thing that we value when we thought it was important when we designed the game is the fact that you can also build your own avatars, and we think that for really the immersion and also for making the game more social, it's really a very cool feature to have, the fact that you can just make make you look basically just how you would like to do, or do something funny or whatever. And these avatars are also ERC 721, so non-fungible tokens, which means they are tradable. You can use them. You use the full feature of the tradability. So this is a small example of what you can do in the voxel editor. This one is an avatar, and so it's not only about combining blocks together. It's also you can create some animations. So yeah, cool. You can make your own very cool looking guy if you want to look like him. I don't want to look like him anyway. Okay, now the map, which is the third part of the digital economy. The fact that you can own the parcel of the world, basically. These parcels also going to be ERC 721, tradable, interoperable on the blockchain. We are planning to create 160K of parcels and do a pre-sale of them. Now a few examples of what kind of words that we can create with the sandbox. Of course, it's limitless. It's just up to your imagination to create whatever you want, but we have a few examples of the type of experiences that you can do. So this is in-game footage of our current engine. Sorry. So a small driving game, or another example can be this kind of science fiction type of world with flying ships and very cool creatures. Or another example is more like Jurassic Park type of world where you can interact with dinosaurs. Yeah. That's it. So about our roadmap. So the voxel editor is released already. We invite you to go and try it. We already have a community who is using it and creating content. For this summer, we are going to release the website together with the marketplace so that people can start selling the content and get some revenue out of it with the sound token. And the game creator content will be for Q4 of this year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Feel free to get in touch with us. We are very open to any kind of comments, and yeah, hope you enjoy the game when you try it.